Hi, Sandy. Thanks for joining us. We're going to start with Jeff Metcalf and then Alex Simon. Jeff, are you there?
Yeah. Are you ready or?
Oh, yeah, ready to go, Jeff.
I don't see you sitting there. That's why I wondered.
No problem. Hey, how do I turn this up, Bryce? It's okay. I can still hear you, Jeff. You can go ahead.
Okay. All right. So you did fall behind by 1 point there, and then it seemed like they just turned it on and took off. What was kind of happening there at the end of the third and then on into the fourth that allowed you to put the game away?
Yeah, look, I think, I'm proud of them because, we had to fight. This is a team, 4 games in 7 days, and they came out really aggressive. So, I think the coaches got them on the right track there. I mean, just all the trapping and being disruptive, and obviously they're an athletic team. We turned the ball over way too much. So it was more about us just slowing down a little bit, the poise, and trying to exploit certain things. That was what they were trying to do, and trying to get high-low action, but second action. I thought we were really unselfish, to be quite honest, with moving our ball and just finding the right shot. Sometimes we took the last shot really at the end of the shot clock. But defensively, we just worked really hard. I thought that's where it came down to. We made them 4 shots because we're up and in, we're executing what we had asked them to do, and that take a lot of grit and a lot of heart, because there's a lot of fatigue as well, because I had a beat up team. I had players I couldn't put back in. Shay had elbow issues. Sophie lost a toenail. Kia hurt a knee. So yeah, we're a little beat up, but we found a way to win.
It seems like you have shown in all 4 of these games since the Olympics an ability to, be poised and find a way to, take control of the game when you need to.
Yeah, that's true. Look, it helps having a healthy Diana, to be quite honest, because it's not all on Sky just trying to run the show, and it allows her to get off into more of a scorer's role and the off-ball action. And Diana, yeah, they tried to trap her really hard. We have to obviously be better at that. We kept talking about shorten the passes, but we didn't slip in screens. But that's something we can keep getting better at. But Diana, she had a few turnovers in the first half, and but look, no one's mentally tough. She can come out and change a game, but regardless of scoring or whatever she's doing on there, she'll control the game. And I think that what helps us, and she's healthy, quite honest, Jeff, and that's what it comes down to. I mean, how many minutes we played tonight? 31 minutes, but 10 rebounds. I mean, it's nice to have a healthy Diana, and I think that makes a big impact on our team and how we play.
And you can see too with what Skylar did in the fourth quarter, you can see that it's kind of that pick your poison thing. Like, what do we do to try to stop this team at some point? Because, you have so many options.
And that's nice because, when we didn't have Diana, it was Sky or BG, but now you've got a big 3 in it, and we're trying to look for Brianna Turner tonight as well, because we're trying to get her going, but down low and some of our action too. And she's a great finisher near the rim. So we're trying to, like I said, we had 4 players in double figures tonight. Yes, I believe, which is great for us. But we have a big 3, and putting Breezy in that, and Kia Nurse, Sophie. I mean, it's good when you got different scoring options. It's not just all on our big 3, because we'll move in the ball as well. Obviously there's some things that turning it over was. Obviously we have to be better at that, but good signs. We had to grind out a win.
I had just one more for you. Playing Turner on Courtney Williams as much as you did, she seemed like she did quite well in that, considering what Williams did to you in the last game.
Yeah, look, I thought we obviously handled her pretty good. I mean, McDonald hurt us when we were going under. We changed that scheme. But I think we're good at, when we made the adjustments, we could execute the adjustments. And that was more we're up at the point of the screen. We knew, we wanted to make Courtney a downhill driver because she just hasn't been doing that very often. And then have the athleticism of Breezy to be able to switch and stay up and in. And BG did a really good job as well. We killed him on the boards. Last game we gave him a little too many offensive rebounds. We still have too many turnovers. But, for the most part, we executed the scout pretty good.
Next will be Alex Simon and then Danny Thompson.
Hi, Sandy. You kind of touched on this with Breezy in particular on the offensive end, but it does it seem to you like the big three in particular are trusting her a lot more on that offensive end too? Because obviously she's shooting more, but they're feeding her as well for those.
Yeah, look, we've spoken about it the last few days, and I just highlight it to Breezy. It's like you've got to post up there because you're great at that. You've got to demand the ball. You've got to see steals, and you've got to switch it. So it's not that they didn't trust her. I think it was more Breezy just being a role player and not seeing her your action. So we're trying to, we made an emphasis like, okay, let's look for her. That doesn't mean we force it, but you showed tonight, like on a one-on-one, I mean, she's a really good finisher with both hands around the rim, and she missed a few little tip-ins as well too. So, hopefully we can keep exploring that, keep growing.
So more her trusting herself rather than her teammates trusting her that way.
I think so on the offensive end. I mean, that's right, because we trust her. We're trying to, we want her to be taken outside shot. We're saying, you got to do this. She does so many great things for us. And, tonight for her to have, 15 points, I think, if she can get double digits every game, and that makes it harder to scout against us.
And one more from me. Obviously, they have a big third quarter, but it seems like for the most part, you guys have really been able to kind of hunker down on defense, and especially when games get tight, either in the whole second half, like on Thursday, but even the first couple of games back in the fourth quarter here. What are you guys doing so well defensively as kind of games get into that tighter and tighter stretch?
Yeah, look, I think it's just buying into playing defense, to be quite honest, because it's something we preached all season long. But, coming out and having good energy and just like, okay, we're going to do our best. And defense all about heart. And that's why I said sometimes you just got to compete, and it won't always be perfect. But and playing team defense, we got to, that's how you build trust is knowing your teammates got your back. And I think we're getting there. You saw sometimes we didn't rotate, and when we didn't, but at least there was help there. We weren't keeping Annie on an island. And that's, against the best teams, that's what you need. I mean, there's so many great players in this league, and Atlanta are very athletic and obviously guard dominant and causes some problems at times. But, things are kind of, working out for us. We're playing hard, we're rebounding, we're moving the ball. They're the things that we want to continue to do, and hopefully that'll put us in a great position as we move forward.
Next and last will be Danny Thompson.
Sandy, Danny Thompson, 3-point conversion. Great to see you as always. Great win tonight. I think you kind of mentioned and touched on this earlier. Let's talk about the defense, because back in preseason, you were saying if the team can buy into defense, this is what you expected. The last couple of games, especially in the second half, is this what you envisioned when everybody bought into the defensive schemes?
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think it's just more developing chemistry with each other as well. Just understanding the ability and we don't have a lot of practice time, but that's it. It's just like buying in and playing hard and being there for each other. And, we put a scout in place. Doesn't mean it always works, but we're ready to make adjustments and being able to make those adjustments within a game. I think that shows the character of a team. And, but yeah, I think they're playing hard and they're playing together. And if you can compete and do those things, it puts you in a good spot. So, we're being consistent at that. So it's good to, we held them to 69 points. So I think that's great for us. We held Washington to a losing score. And that's our goal, to hold teams to a losing score.
And so you mentioned chemistry. Do you think the fact of having Diana, Skylar, and BG together on Team USA kind of increased that in the chemistry between the three of them? Because it seems like the last couple of games, even with Skylar's injury on the other night, it seems like this offense is now picking up to be where it's supposed to be when you envision the three together.
Yeah, look, I think that helps their time together, but I think that what helps is Diana being healthy, to be quite honest. How do you build chemistry if she's really not on the court that much and hasn't played many games with us? And then just understanding how it all fits together. That always takes time too, because they're all Diana and Sky both point guards, but now we've moved Sky to the off ball, and Diana's a point guard, and that's okay because we can get them both involved, and they're both real key. And it's just finding all the how it all works. Like tonight, obviously we've been going into BG a lot, or it wasn't tonight. They did a good job against trapping early, and we had to make some adjustments with the moving, and it helps when you have these two playmakers. It's hard when you have one. but when you have two and you're very unselfish and they all work together, and you can keep building from there. Sorry, I lost my track of thought. I told the crazy girl.
Last question about Breezy. Because of what BG's been doing in the beginning part of the second half, she's been really dominant since we got back from the Olympic break. Because everybody's focusing on BG, does it seem like Brianna can just get easy baskets at will? I think she had about maybe 3 or 4 where Skylar would drive in and Brianna would be right at the basket for an easy lay-in. Do you think that's because of BG's dominance so far in the first 3 games?
Yeah, look, no, definitely. And we're still trying to grow that combination together too. Like Breezy's just when she should be flashing and when she should be staying low. And she reads anything close to the basket. I mean, she's just a great finisher. And that's why we talked about like, okay, it's not going to look to post up Breezy a little bit more, get BG away from the basket, especially against a really physical and aggressive team like Atlanta. So we'll keep growing on that. I think we still got room for improvement. In Breezy, and we're encouraging her to shoot those outside shots when people don't respect her out there, because she's really a good shooter. She does it in practice, and she's just got to put it into a game. But like getting her on the block, I think that's something we have to keep growing.
Thanks for the time, Sandy.
Appreciate it, guys.